Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AF2 Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about winterizing your truck for the upcoming winter season. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you provided all the previous videos. Please do keep on coming, and let's talk about winter 2024-2025. Will you be running? Do you plan to be in a market? Is that something that you traditionally skip? You're one of the snowbirds that flocks, at this time of year, southeast. You spend your winter time down there, or are you one of the winter warriors, if you will, that doesn't care, goes right through the Rockies, Wyoming, through the snowstorm and the Appalachian Mountains and anything in between? Either way, if you're planning to run OTR, here are some OTR winter trucking tips specifically for fuel, oil, and battery. These will help you guys out. Now, in the past, we made a video about it. I'll leave a little card here in the corner. You guys can take a look at that. And I also wrote an extensive blog at the beginning of this winter, actually. And I don't think it got very much traction. So I'm going to, point you to that direction. It's got a table of contents you can skip around. I promise you there's a ton of value there, and I go into great detail into each category. So enough said there. Here's for some statistics. Did you guys know that 70% of the nation's roads are in snowy regions? And it just so happens to be that 70% of the U.S. population lives in these very snowy regions. Now, as far as traffic statistics and accident data, 24% of the weather-related crashes actually occur on snow, slush, and ice, with 15% in snowfall and sleet situations. So hopefully I got your attention. You're most likely going to find yourself in one of these situations, whether you drive a car, a truck, SUV, or a semi. And this is a semi-truck trucking channel, so let's keep going with the video, right? I wanted to talk with you guys about a flatbed customer of ours. So from I think a couple of years back, he was a great guy to work with, but the reason we ended up working together was a little bit different. Now, he's actually a guy out here in Utah and based out of Utah, and he ran a flatbed. And it was one of those real crazy winters 2 to 3 years ago that we had when all the roads got shut down, crazy snowfall, very low temperatures, and he got caught up in Wyoming during that time with the roads closed and his heater broke down. Long story short, he ended up with frostbite, and he did get help in here, and from different truckers, from businesses that could help him out. And even then, he ended up with frostbite. We ended up switching. He ended up switching to a different trailer type. He ran, I think, a van for a little while till his hands healed up. You don't want to find yourself in such a situation, although that could have ended much worse. So hopefully, the content in this video will help you guys get ready for winter and actually start making really good money during the winter season, because it is a time that you can use to make money if you position yourself properly. And if your operation and company is also, is ready, and the outfit is ready to go for that. So let's jump in with the rest of the video, guys. Diesel thickens and becomes viscous, basically. You probably heard of gelling, right? Diesel gelling up. So they have different additives, anti-gellants, and also fuel stations are going to be switching to a winterized blend, but you want to ask in those in-between times if they've switched or not to get an idea if they're still running summer blend or winter blend for the diesel. Also, take advantage of those anti-gels depending on the weather and where you're actually going. So you don't want to be running that, because thick oil and thick diesel in combination during winter and cold temperatures creates wear on your battery, on your starter, on your fuel pump. We're talking clogged fuel lines, and in the worst case scenario, you're going to find yourself stranded somewhere with a breakdown and a major repair bill on your hands. Now, as far as batteries are concerned, you got already a natural chemical slowdown during the winter time. You have a self-discharging mechanism that's already part of the just battery capacitance, and you have a much higher demand, an increased demand during the winter time. You're going to be, you asking for a lot more amperage, a lot more cranking to get that starter rolling, get that engine fired up. So you want to use better, higher cold cranking amp batteries, right? The other thing you have to understand, especially for the new guys, the trucks are different. This is not a car. There's a large engine mass, which takes a long time to warm up, and you should let it warm up. In the wintertime, you want to give it more time to warm up rather than just popping in, doing your pre-trip and running out there. Extend that pre-trip, let the thing warm up. It's not just your engine. It's going to be a lot of different components. Your battery needs to warm up, your fuel lines, all sorts of things need to warm up before you're fully operational. So there's that, greater oil volume, high cranking resistance, delayed lubrication, all things that you have to worry about and that you have to deal with semi trucks and very large liter engines that you just don't deal with on a 3-4 liter engine. It's a very, very different technology. Plus, of course, diesel versus gasoline, two different things completely. So use winterized fuel blends, anti-gelling additives. Look for signs of fuel gelling, guys. Those of you maybe newer guys in the industry, that's going to be sluggish starts, low fuel pressure, and also you're going to have paraffin in your fuel filter. You can actually take a look. It'll be waxy, kind of a white residue that's going to be left over, like a deposit of sorts. Again, everything's in that blog post. I'll leave it in. I'll leave a link so you guys can take a look at that. Click around, take a look, or you can actually search, put AFT dispatch winter weather, something like that, and you're going to be able to find it at the very top on Google. Now, next thing is going to be your winter grade oils, okay, as well as winter specific coolants. You're going to be running in the wintertime, and you should winterize your truck. Now, there are more things you can do, sheets, and there's a lot of things that you can do to the truck. You can buy lots of warming equipment, if you will, and part of that we'll talk about today. But if you want to run that truck once in a while, trucks don't like to sit. Every time you turn the key, you're going to have a problem if it sits for extended periods of time. So don't let it just sit for a long time, and definitely make sure you winterize it with the proper oil and winter-specific coolants so that you can be in tip-top shape if you do get a really good load and you want to go out there and run a little bit, maybe in good weather. If there's no snow on the ground, right? So use high cold cranking batteries, high CCA. We talked about that, and extend your pre-trip warm-up time. And then finally, if you're really going to go out there and really make it happen, if you're in the northern states, you're spending a lot of time parked or turned off, for example, the engine, use heated dip sticks. I'm having a hard time with that one. Battery warmers, you can either get a heating pad or a hot plate. Those are all available, and there's other stuff that you can look up if you're really, really interested. But nonetheless, make sure you take care of that. Take care of your tires. Take care of your thermal management. That's a big deal in semi trucks, and you're going to be good to go this upcoming winter. Hopefully, if you got some value out of this video, please share it with your friends. If you haven't done so, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I'll switch over the camera. We'll look over the loads that we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Guys, this week we have a really good mix. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised, just as I was when I received this report. Let's go ahead and get started with Patrick, our veteran flatbed runner. He knows the stuff, been with us for a long time. Starting out of Schererville, Indiana, going to Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a 40,000 pound load of construction equipment, 1,763 loaded miles booked at $3,800. Got him $216 a loaded mile. Then North Las Vegas, Nevada, coming out to East Wenatchee, Washington. It's another 40,000 pound load of steel products, 1,035 loaded miles booked at $22.25. Got him $215 a loaded mile. Finished off strong with Kent, Washington, coming out to Salt Lake City, Utah. 47.5 on the way. Stone slabs on some frame racks. 827 loaded miles booked at $2,000. Got on $242 a loaded mile. Excellent job. Very, very well done. Very low deadhead. Only 151 miles a deadhead. Ran for 7 days, Friday to Friday. Grossed an amazing $8,025 in gross. Ran 3,625 loaded miles. Very efficient. Got 221 per loaded mile average. Not the most super heaviest loads or anything, and certainly an awesome gross for 7 days of working. Hats off to you, Patrick. Way to go, sir. Next, moving on to Milagros, another veteran, except reefer with us, been with us for a long time. This, I had to mark this one. Windsor, California to Phoenix, Arizona. It's a 40,000 pound load of alcohol. It was a liquor and wine temperature set between 55 and 57 on a reefer, 810 loaded miles booked at $2,500. Got him $309 a loaded mile. Then Phoenix, Arizona and McAllen, Texas. It's a 43,000 pound load of used clothing that was bailed. 1,212 loaded miles booked at $2,300. Got him $190 on that one. And finished off with Harlingen, Texas coming out to Lebanon, Tennessee. 18,000 pound load of non-produce broccoli florets. Temperature set between 0 and -10 on a reefer. 1,136 loaded miles booked at 24.50. Got him 216 a loaded mile on that one. Now, Milagros was out for 6 days, Monday to Sunday. Still gross 7,250 on his gross. Ran 3,158 loaded miles. And here's the kicker. Only 40 miles of deadhead, guys. So he ended up with 230 per loaded mile average. I'm sure it's about exactly probably the same, even with the deadhead. Absolutely fantastic week for him. Just 6 days and great average, great gross, nothing crazy, and an 18,000 pound load with a lot of miles. So an excellent job. Way to go, sir. Moving on to, let's see, Rogelio running dry van, San Diego, California to Boise, Idaho. It's a load of beer, 44,000 pounds on the weight. 954 loaded miles, booked at $3,000, got him 314 a loaded mile. Then Nampa, Idaho to Fresno, California, 44,000 pound load of sugar, 700 miles, booked at $1,200, got him $171 on that one. And then Fresno, California, zero deadhead, or Aurora, Colorado, it's a 43,000 pound load of snack foods, 1,155 loaded miles. Booked out at $3,000, got him 260 a loaded mile. An excellent job. Again, very, very efficient dispatching. Monday to Monday, grossed $7,200 in 7 days, ran 2,809 loaded miles at an excellent rate of 256 per loaded mile average. Only 25 miles a deadhead. An excellent week, an awesome gross, an awesome average. Way to go to everyone involved. So way to go there. See who our next guy is. Eddie. Awesome. Eddie is running a drive-in, Camas, Washington to Eagan, Minnesota. It's a 45,000 pound load of FAK or miscellaneous product. 1,732 loaded miles, booked at 3,250. Got him $188 on that one. Then Litchfield, Minnesota, Clearfield, Utah. It's a 43.5 load of whey protein, 1,133 loaded miles, booked at $2,400. Got him $212 a loaded mile, and he finished off with Salt Lake City, Utah, coming out to Sumner, Washington. Did a great job with this one. 40,000 pound load of lighting products and lamps, 848 loaded miles, booked at $1,600. Got him $1.89 there because that's a good market. It's tough coming out of Salt Lake, especially going to Washington, where you're going to make some really good money coming up here. Friday to Friday, 7 days on a road, $7,250 in gross, 3,713 loaded miles, 109 deadhead miles, an average of $1.95 per loaded mile. Ended up in a really good market. Coming out of Washington, going back to Washington, going to do really, really well. A very good gross. 7,250, 3,713 loaded miles, booked at $1.95. Is an excellent job, Eddie. Way to go, sir. Next, we got Cedric. Cedric's pulling a dry van, Sturgis, Michigan to Dahlonega, Georgia. Probably butchered it, but here you go. 25,000 pound light load of porta potty, 675 loaded miles, booked at $1,400. Got him $207 a loaded mile. Then Social Circle, Georgia to Orlando, Florida with a 42.5 load of food product, 432 loaded miles at $1,200. Gets you $278 a loaded mile. Then Jacksonville, Florida to Birmingham, Alabama. It's a 44,000 pound load of palletized tires, 450 loaded miles, booked at $800. Is a great rate. Get out of there. $178 a loaded mile. Then the next one was Birmingham, Alabama to Boss, Missouri. So getting them out of there. 44,000 pound load of junk lead acid automotive batteries, 470 miles this time. Booked it at $806. An extra $6 and an extra 20 miles gets him $171 a loaded mile. Just getting them out of there. Then finally took a 2-pick-1 dropper out of West Plains, Missouri and Republic, Missouri with a 1 drop to San Antonio, Texas. It's a very light load, 5,700 pounds of mixed groceries, 794 loaded miles, booked at $2,100. 264 a loaded mile. An excellent job. Made the difference. Made the commitment. Excellent job. Friday to Friday, Cedric grossed $6,306. Ran 2,821 loaded miles at an average of 224 per loaded mile average. A good week for this dry van. Excellent job. And we're going to finish off with Michael, also a dry van out of Southern Oklahoma, going to Cleveland, Ohio. It's a 44,000 pound load of snow white gypsum. 1,103 loaded miles booked at $1,900. Got him $1.72 on that one. Then Akron, Ohio to Galesburg, Illinois. It's a 42,000 pound load of dry goods, 536 loaded miles at $950. Gets him $1.77 a loaded mile. Then Muscatine, Iowa to Kearney, Nebraska. It's a 41.5 load of food products, 469 loaded miles booked at $1,200. Gets them a good $2.56 a loaded mile. Then Hastings, Nebraska to Savannah, Illinois. It's a 10 pallets of corn, 20,000 pounds, 510 loaded miles booked at $900. Got him $1.76 on that one, and finished off real strong out of Savannah, Illinois. 0 deadhead to Republic, Missouri. 20,000 pound load of fishing tackle, 474 loaded miles booked at $1,300. Got him $2.74 a loaded mile. Someone else was going to Republic. Who was it? Maybe you guys can have a little barbecue or something out there. That's what it looks like. So an excellent job, Michael. Excellent job for everyone. Friday to Friday, $6,250 in gross, 3,092 loaded miles, only 155 deadhead miles, and an average of 202 per loaded mile. So an excellent job there as well. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around. Guys, get ready for winter. We might not know if it's going to be a cold one or a snowy one, but we know that the rates are going to go down, competition is going to go up, and it's going to be tough going probably till about March. I mean, unless something else happens out there that completely turns the freight markets on their head, which I'm good with that because the freight rates are not very good. But as you saw earlier, our guys were able to really perform well, hit over $8,000 in a week, in some cases $7,000+ in just 6 days on the road. And some of these guys were doing really well last week before that. They have a really good track record. Now, if you're a really strong driver, if you have strong drivers, certainly get in touch with us, whether you're a carrier or a leased on owner operator. Call or text us at 801-448-6363. Explore your options. We can also get more information on our website at aftdispatch.com. And until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.